Game 2, we're on Royal Blood. It is Jet 1-0 up against Xathail. Xathail, you know, the whole thing with cheese, it's called a cheese, and by definition, a cheese is a play that is a coin toss. It's essentially all in. You try something, and if it works, you've won the game, and if it doesn't work, you've lost the game. And a Thor Rush is a cheese. There's no two ways about it. Once you've tried it and it hasn't worked, the chances of you recovering and winning the game are pretty slim. You make a lot of sacrifices to get a 4-minute Thor up in a game. And it's not a good build, you know. It's not a good opener for anything else. So this is going to be a cannon rush. Are we? Yeah, we're on slow motion here. So SCVs. Yeah, probe heading across the map and a second. I like the second. So that is a top tip if you are going to cannon rush. Send 2 workers. And put them in control groups as well. So what I would generally do is I'd have worker 1, worker 2, and then control group 3 would be both of them, so that I can just keep my hand above the 1, 2, 3, and I can switch between them. And that's really handy, so that you can give your opponent the run around with 1 worker while the second one gets a pylon in or sneaks a cannon down. Normally on a map like this, here is roughly where you put your first pylon. So you go pylon, cannon, and then you send the worker up to give the cannon sight. This is a little bit too far back. I'm not sure. It's just me, or is there no sound? Oh, okay. That was weird. There is sound. Yeah, so I think I'd have preferred the cannon here, so that it's within range of this stuff. Yeah, so generally it's sort of pylon, cannon, and then once you send the worker up, it gives sight to the cannons. Now these cannons are obviously going to deny an expo, but they're not really going to do anything else. And Xathail, as a Terran, he can just go ahead and build a command center here. While he thinks about a way to deal with these cannons. And the obvious way to deal... Oh, it's going to be a follow-up. There's a gateway coming in. What? Oh dear. Yeah, come on, Jet. So this is a good idea if you've already got 3 gateways at home and a side core. It's a terrible idea if you don't. Yeah, does Xathail know this is here? He actually doesn't know this is here yet, so that's interesting. He's going to find out soon enough when this Marine comes down the ramp and gets shot in the face. That will be the first he learns about this. I don't know why there's a third. Yeah, I don't know why there's a third cannon building. So all Xathail needs to do is put a tank here, and that's it. Yeah, no, don't let that. You need to have your Marines on hold. So H puts them on hold, and they won't chase the worker. So what Jet really wants to do is just run forward with that worker and back again, and the Marines will chase it and die. But this no. Siege tanks outrange cannons quite significantly. Oh no, the worker's in as well. Things are not going terribly well here. So the siege tank here will hit these cannons absolutely fine. There's no problem with that. Yeah, just siege it up there. It isn't required over here. Now, say, focus the worker down. Stop shooting the pylon. Kill the worker, and this problem goes away. The pylon can't kill you. But yeah, the siege tank outranges these, so you just park it out of range and just blab, and then these are just a waste of money. But you do need to start building. Yeah, there you go. You do need to start building your expo as well. So yeah, don't fly the no. Liberators don't shoot buildings. They don't. So liberation zone here, so that anything coming out of the gateway can't get to your siege tank, is perfect. You need to move the siege tank forward just 1 hex, and it will be in range of these. If you look at the it actually is in range, but it doesn't have sight. So weird thing about siege tanks, their range is further than their vision range. So what that means is if you fly this Liberator across to here, so just out of range of these, to give the siege tank sight, it will open fire. Or if you dropped a scan on this, the siege tank would open fire. They can actually shoot further than they can see, which is a bit weird. So there you go. Now that the Raven's out giving the tank sight, it's going to clapper right out of these. So the libs are in jet space, but they're not in liberation mode. Come on, come on. They kill workers so quickly because they one-shot them. I guess xathail is busy over here. But look, there's no reaction from Jet because I don't know why. Like, no stalkers to see this off. He's warping in sentries, and oh, that is such a shame. Given how slow the response was from Jet, these two Liberators could have absolutely obliterated this mineral line. Oh yeah, you're not fighting anything with sentries. So, I don't know. Jet knows they're here, so he's just going to run. So only 2 worker kills, but I feel like it could have been so much more. So Liberation Zone, you know, on 1 here as well, and your opponent can't mine. Simple as that, without losing workers. Yeah, just like that. So Jet either needs to pull the workers. Well, what am I watching? Come on, 1 stalker is all you need to do with this. 1. Oh my goodness, his attention's elsewhere. I'm such a numpty. I was so busy trying to count how many worker losses there were. Forgot to look on the other side of the map. The Ravens are great. You need to drop some auto turrets. You need the liberation zones. These stalkers are going to go absolutely ham. But look, there's no workers left for Jet at home. Ugh. xathail has a lot of money. He can fly stuff away, and he absolutely should be. This is one of the few times that is the correct thing to do. He has got a worker out, so this worker can run. Don't run, no, not towards the zealots. Oh, that was the last worker. He can't rebuild. Oh, the misery. No, he's still got a worker. Can he get this worker out though? It doesn't look like it. I don't even know what's happening. A liberation zone to protect that worker would be great. The worker is going to make a break for it if this worker escapes. You have to be kidding me. Oh, the zealots move. You've got to be kidding me. This worker can do a bunk and he can rebuild. xathail's got all the money in the world, but he quits.
No, he killed all buildings.
Oh, he lost his last building. He didn't get the CC down in time. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. Jet had 14 minerals. He couldn't afford to rebuild a worker. He literally couldn't build anything. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Oh, that's too funny. So if we back it up a little bit, at roughly this point, what xathail could have potentially done here is to try and get a medevac out, get a worker in it and flee. Just flee the scene. Because look how much money he's got. He can just build command centers everywhere. And it's difficult for his opponent to do anything about it. This poor Banshee dies pretty quickly, and that is a shame because the Banshee could have gone across the map and actually started working on these buildings. There's no blink done. There's no way to get blink. So, you know, with a liberation zone set up at the entrance here, get all of the liberators, just triple liberation zone so that it's incredibly painful for the stalkers to come in, and just have the Banshee working on these buildings. You know, and all you need is like one of those buildings here, you know, factory, starport. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be a command center, just any building, and there's no way for Jet to kill it. So worst case scenario, it's a draw because Jet can't build anything. He's only got 14 minerals, and I don't think he had a queue that he could cancel either. No, he didn't. So it was impossible for Jet to build anything at all. So yeah, you certainly could have forced a draw. Anyway, as it is, Jet takes it and goes 2-0 up.